Welcome to Front Row, a behind-the-scenes look at music and the artists who create it. Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. And now, your host, Charlene Chamberlain.
Hi, this is Charlene Chamberlain, and you're watching and listening to Front Row on WTER Talk Exchange Radio. My guests today are two wonderful musicians. They're in a newly formed band. They just formed it in January of 2014. But between them, they probably have over 100 years experience as musicians, right?
I can't whistle. Yeah, that's true.
From rock and roll to blues to pop to jazz to psychedelic to
Country.
There are probably 10 bands or more all rolled into one. So welcome Joe DiBartolo and Frank Barbera of the Bohemian Mechanics.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the show today. It's so good to see you.
Nice to be here. Yeah.
I just want to give a little bit of backstory here with Joe D. Joe and I have known each other for a long, long time. We used to work together in the record business at a place called Richmond Brothers.
Yeah, remember the record business?
Remember the record business when there was one. And Joe's nickname was either Joe Pops or Joe Friday.
It's because I was going.
And why was that?
I was going to college. See, I was working there for a while, and then I went to college, and I went to college all week except Friday. So I come in Friday to do deliveries for the one stop.
Right.
So I came in on Friday, so obviously
Joe Friday.
It stuck.
Well, you'll always be Joe Friday to me.
Okay.
So, welcome. Would you guys like to play a song?
Okay, yeah. This is a song that, actually it's kind of an old song that I wrote years ago, and we've been putting together material to record, and we kind of redid it, and it's called Can't Run Away from Love.
I remember that song.
Okay, you're right.
I have that song.
Somehow you had something to do with that, because it was something that we did with Woody Dyer back then, because I looked up the copyright, and there was Woody's name on it.
The fifth
Hi,
grade.
Woody. Yeah.
He's the fifth grade.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
So we re-recorded it.
It's a great song. Well, let's hear it.
Okay.
Can't Run Away from Love. Did you record that a long time ago? I seem to
I
recall
did.
that was recorded.
I did, yeah. In fact, I recorded it about maybe 3 times. Yeah, we did it back then. We did a bunch of demos. That's what it was. Woody and I had a little project, and we did that. That's right. Yeah.
So are you going to record it again now?
We
the
have,
newer
we
version?
have,
You
we have, yeah. And it's it's an electric version with kind of a band sound. And what is that?
I don't know. We're going to
Somebody's coffee pot is taking off.
take a break, and I'm going to let you guys run into. Oh, I
See
think
you,
it
bye.
stopped.
Okay.
We're good.
Coffee's finished.
Probably an important
I don't know
message.
what it was.
But
Hopefully
yeah.
somebody wasn't calling for us because we didn't get it.
It's not my phone in my back pocket.
I
I
hope
don't know
not.
how to use it yet. But yeah, so we just re-recorded it, and it's our little YouTube hit.
Yeah, we have
a couple thousand hits
little
on it.
tuber
Oh,
on
that's great.
it. Yeah.
So tell me about the evolution of the Bohemian Mechanics. Now I remember you were in a band, JD and the Ravens.
That's right.
A long, long time ago, right? And then it went into, what was the
It
next band
became
after
Blues
that?
Box.
That was for what, about 8 years
Yeah,
or
and then
so?
Blues Box transformed into Blues Box Deluxe.
Like Bebop Deluxe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a couple other Blue Boxes around. Blues
Okay.
Boxes around the world. So we were Blues Box Deluxe for a good, 9 years or so?
Yeah,
And
it
maybe-
was first a recording band, and then it became a performing band,
That's right.
and then I came along and we
Yeah,
kind of
the evolution of the
expanded.
band is when JD and the Ravens broke up. I mean, we gave it a good run.
That was to,
We-
JD and the Ravens were together a long
Yeah,
time.
well, our high point was
8 or
playing
9
in
years.
Greenwich Village at Kenny's Castaways.
Oh.
We had a house band gig, and we did
Really?
it.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah,
That's
it was
great.
great. We did it every Wednesday night, which was no Wednesday was bad. That's right.
Thursday was good.
was great because all the kids were done school, so you'd get all these college kids and all these
Right.
tourists, and the place would be packed.
NYU was right there.
Right, we were like the
Right.
house band. We'd open up, and whoever was booked, maybe 1 or 2 bands, maybe even 3, and then we'd close the night. So that was like
Wow.
great.
And
We
the
had a
night was
great
real
time.
late closing, about quarter.
So we did
4
that, then we
in the
took a year. We did it for about 6 months. Then
No, we did it longer than that.
8
It was
months or
almost-
so, yeah.
Almost 2
How was
years.
the pay for that?
The pay was
They
good,
paid us
considering now it's a lot. You play for the door, but we were getting like a set sum. There's the beep again. We were making a couple $100, which was great, just to showcase the band.
Right.
But what happens? We took a year off, went back there on a Wednesday. It was horrible, and at the end of that is when the band started winding down. We lost a couple of members.
We
people
went through a
went
lot
away.
of drummers.
So I got together
lot
with
of them.
Frank Kozak, who's in the Bohemian Mechanics. And
So it's just a threesome right now?
Right,
Trio?
Yeah, we started up as Blues Box Deluxe, a trio. Out of recording things together with Frank Kozak, we put a band together. Then we got Frank, and we were Blues Box Deluxe. We went to 4-piece.
Right.
And that ran its course, and like you said, in January, we just needed to do something different. So we're doing this acoustic electric trio now as Bohemian Mechanics. With this, right now, it's the only
Wow.
drummer in the house.
You don't
You're
have to
full.
pay him, so it's okay.
Right.
Well, I don't know. You might ask for some extra money for the next gig. You never know.
So, right.
So how about another song?
Okay. This is one that we recorded on the new, I think we're calling it Joe DiBartolo, Frank Kozak with the Bohemian Mechanics, because we weren't really the Bohemian Mechanics yet.
Okay.
So we did a lot of recording, the two of us, and then brought Frank in and the drummer that we had at the time. His name is Ryan Huff. And I did a couple tracks with them, but really a lot of it was Frank and I. So that's why we get top billing. This is what this is one of the tunes that we did, and
what's it called?
it's called "Beggar at the Door of Love."
Another love song.
It's I thought of that when I
Well,
thought
they're
about
all
the
love
tunes.
songs. Some of them are hidden.
How about the Dancing in the DDT? Is that a love song?
Well,
No,
because
it's not.
Love in the DDT,
That's if
right?
you love you.
Well, that was
DDT is good for
childhood.
We
you.
need to talk about that
Yeah,
song
that's
after
right, yeah.
this because
Yeah,
I have my DDT.
No, I don't write all
stories.
love songs. It's hard to write a love song. It's hard to be in love.
You have to have a lot of pain to
That's
write
right.
those.
But you can't run away from love.
No, you can never go away from it.
All right, we're gonna Beggar at the Door.
Okay.
4. I'm just a beggar at the door of love. Let me in, let me in. Just a fool who's trying to rise above this place I'm in. Let me in. I was looking at the stars. in, let me in. I got stranded down in Atlantic City, slept on the beach, tell Miss Lucy the news. Got no money in my pockets, aching in my head, lots of sand inside my shoes. Now I'm just a beggar at the door of love. Let me in, let me in. Just a fool's trying to rise above this place I'm in. Another verse, let me in. Now I'm counting cars on 168 from a window at the Black Horse Hotel. In through a crowd and whispered in my ear about Annie is alive and well, yes she is. Now I'm just a beggar at the door of love. Let me in, let me in. Just a fool's trying to rise above this place I'm in. Let me in. In my dreams I see a border deep and wide. An angel takes me by the hand to the other side. I see a mansion on the hill with colors clear and bright, where everything is beautiful. Everything's alright. I was looking at the stars last night, thinking about you. You're both so far away. I've been going round in circles way too long. I believe that I've lost my way. Now I'm just a beggar at the door of love. Let me in, let me in. Just a fool's trying to rise above this place I'm in. Let me in. Just a beggar at the door of love. Let me in, let me in. Just a fool's trying to rise above this place I'm in. Let me in, let me in, oh let me in.
That was really great. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I just hear a little Warren Zevon. in
Oh, I'm so
there.
glad you said that. I thought you were going to say
Everybody
Bruce
says
Springsteen.
No, no,
Thank
no,
you.
no. Mm-mm. And I think it's your voice.
Yeah.
I really think it's your voice.
Well, I've
Joe.
been smoking all these years.
Oh, God. Let's not go that route, please. Please.
That voice has been in my left ear for 45 years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm done.
45 years? You guys
Well, more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Did you
high
grow
school.
up together?
Yeah.
Well, pretty
Well,
much.
since
yeah.
teenage.
Yeah, like around 15, 16 we
Yeah.
met, yeah, over a friend's house. He was auditioning as a bass player.
And I didn't know how to play bass yet.
But you wanted to be in a band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I had seen the Beatles 6 months or a year before that,
Right.
and I saw chicks, guitar, guitars, chicks. That's a
No-brainer,
no-brainer, man.
right?
Yeah, sure, man. So I gave up my baseball bat and I got a guitar. You know.
And the rest is history.
That's
right.
kind of like history. We kind of muddled through learning all that. We were that time of
We
our
were,
lives.
we
there was-
were a garage band.
Yes.
We were a real
We worked
garage
in the
band.
garage. But every day was a new thing that came out on the radio.
Sure. Oh,
I
back
remember
then,
driving his house like a madman and pulling up to the house. I said, "You gotta hear this." Oh, what? Here it was. Dun, 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 dun. That's when we became the blues trio.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, and that kind of thing. And every day was a new thing for us. So that was that's the foundation of what we do.
What was that?
I don't. Well, is that what that is? We heard it before.
What
Do
the-
we have a
Hello?
caller?
We have a caller?
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello, do we have a caller?
I just wanted to ask Charlene,
Well, actually, I want to tell her, whoever this band is, this is the most original music I've heard in a while.
God bless. Who is get her
Hold on
name?
1 second. I think we have another caller.
Checks in the mail.
Hey, do we have another caller?
Yes.
How are you doing?
This is Baby Doll.
Hi, baby doll.
You have a question for our guest?
Hi, Sniper White.
Oh, you heard me. I do call my wife Baby Doll.
I would like to hear them do Dancing in the DDT.
Well, we can play that for you.
Yeah.
We don't have it worked out live. I'm sorry to say yet because we're a brand new band. That was a recorded track that we will gladly play for you and talk about.
You know what it's about, right?
All right, well, thank you.
Well, thanks for calling.
That's great. That's who was
You think
calling.
this
Huh?
other caller?
We thought it was
Okay.
a coffee pot.
Hello?
Hi, this is the studio.
Yes, it is. Yup. Do you have a question for our guest?
What's that?
You have a question for our guest?
Oh, yeah, just calling to say hi.
Hi.
Okay,
Hello.
how you doing?
Hi, hey Joe.
Hello. Who are you?
Who are you?
So, it's real sunny in that studio, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Who is it?
Charlene talked me into wearing sunglasses.
They talked him into wearing.
I'll take them off.
It's Gene calling from LA.
Gene, hey Gene Mykovsky.
All right.
Yeah, how you
Yeah,
doing?
Gene
He's a
Mykovsky,
student of
man.
mine who's pretty successful. He's a fledgling, and he's. You are Gene.
He was good when we knew him. When he was young,
He
man.
produces music for film scores and stuff independently.
Well, that's great. Thanks for
Very,
calling.
very
in.
talented
Cool.
gentleman.
Cool. So we have another song?
No, well, if we could play something.
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Can you
Trouble
play
in
some?
Paradise.
I
You want
think
to do that?
Okay.
I don't know if that was Gene Conross.
No, it's Gene.
Mykovsky.
Bye, Gene.
Bye.
Yep, he's gone.
You can do Trouble in Paradise if you want.
Uh,
A short version of that.
okay, we'll do this little blues tune.
Might as well play live where you can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got an audience.
Okay. It's called Trouble in Paradise. This is an old JD and the Ravens tune.
Yeah, it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Move yourself, boys, too good to be true. Your castle in the air is crashing down on you. There ain't nothing free in this world, always a price. Now there's trouble in paradise. Well, you wanted money, wanted fame, didn't care about honor, care about shame, and you left it be. Then offered advice. Now there's trouble in paradise. Do you remember, baby, way back when we were lovers and we were friends? But you wanted more, wanted it all. Now who's gonna catch you, darling, when you fall? You remember, baby, way back when we were lovers and we were friends, but you wanted more, you wanted it all. Now who's gonna catch you, darling, when you fall? They're gonna read about you in the tabloid news, laugh about your problems and those $1,000 shoes. You know it seems so easy, baby, seems so nice. Now there's trouble in paradise. Well, the heart you tremble for your day in the sun. Night is falling, your day is done, and your whole world is cracking like a thin sheet of ice. 'Cause you got trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. Play a little bit. Come on.
favorite song?
Speaking of trouble, let's talk about that song, the DDT song.
DDT, yeah.
It's called Dancing in the DDT.
And I remember when I posted it on Facebook, you were one of the early responders.
Yes, I was.
I don't know if anybody who grew up in Philadelphia,
Or
in
South
New Jersey,
Jersey.
Other parts of Pennsylvania, in the early summer months, DDT trucks would come into your neighborhood and just spray away.
Yeah.
Black
Right,
smoke.
remember
Yeah.
that?
We used to
Yes.
call it the
Well,
mosquito
right
net.
behind it
well,
with our bikes.
well,
Mosquito
Yeah,
net
yeah.
that
was
was
coming.
cool.
And what
It
happened
was
was,
the
well, we had
dance.
white smoke in
We had
South
black
Philly.
smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, black.
Well, the black smoke, we
Well,
thought
it
like,
depended on what you did, black or white.
Yeah.
Right.
It came in the house.
well,
I knew that.
we thought as kids, cool, clouds, man.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
right.
all danced and laughed in it, ran around.
Well,
and
my
we were,
brother used to get on his little
Yeah,
banana
so-
bike
so I
and
remember
run
that.
and follow it
Yeah.
through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He would
And-
ride in the smoke.
Right.
And you'd get together sometimes at barbecues or parties, and the subject would come up. So it came up a couple times. I found myself talking about it, and people having memories. So I thought I got to write a song
They have
about
memories
this.
after that?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Very little memory.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Think about it. We
But-
ran through chemicals.
that's
Oh,
right.
we
Well,
did.
if you look, it was kind of like a national promotional thing. I actually went when I wrote the song. I started looking for pictures and other stories to make sure. Yeah, this
You
is
were being
really
factual, right.
And I saw like these funny little things, like they were like milk commercials. You know, there were kids dancing. A DDT is good for me.
Yeah.
With like dancing
How
vegetables
crazy
and stuff.
is that?
So you know, I mean,
know.
You know what? That
Yeah.
goes all back to Monsanto.
So-
it's that whole Monsanto
Right.
thing. You know?
but the
Or
thing is,
Asian Army and all
the
that.
thing is that again, you know, being a songwriter, I took liberty. So I figured dancing in the DDT, we thought it was a good thing. So I thought that, you know, in your life there are a lot of attractive, shiny things that you think are good for you, like DDT, clouds, but they're not good for you. So the song is a little bit about being attracted to shiny, seemingly good things that in the end are really not good for us.
Right.
And a lot of us are still chasing after those shiny things. And, you know,
Right.
and maybe I am.
Mosquito trucks do not come through anymore.
No, they outlawed it. They finally outlawed
They
it.
should, but something else should be sprayed, but
Yeah,
Right.
they
exactly.
need to. But
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well,
that-
it was Joni Mitchell, you know, give me the bugs on my apples, but you know, something about the DDT and
Right. But you can keep your apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your DDT.
right.
that's a solid South Jersey song. That is.
It, it definitely
Yeah.
is. I just want to talk about this blog post that Joe made. He said that making music is kind of, well, did you say this? Making music.
I'm writing. I'm the guy that writes the blogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making music is kind of like cooking. We use all of our influences, experience, memories, etc., as our ingredients. So, what is the recipe for the Bohemian Mechanics?
Well, the recipe is say I bring a song, or somebody has a fraction or a bit of a song, and as we start to work on it, you know, a lot of bands are trying to create an image or a sound or the sound of this or that. We just go with whatever we want. And if it turns into like a 60s influenced Merle Haggard country tune, to a blues tune, to a psychedelic Beatle-like pop thing.
Right.
So the ingredients are all the things that we've been influenced by and can reproduce somewhat. You know, we can come up with songs in those styles, so we just go with that. And we're not saying, well, we're not that kind of band, because we were a blues rock band, and I still love blues and R&B and soul. I mean, it's really a part of
Yeah,
me.
it is.
But I've also realized that all of us have been influenced by all these other great musics, a lot of English and American. You know, I like all the early American
British
music.
and the
blues.
British
Yeah, the
Invasion.
British Invasion.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we
Love
open
it.
up with Ray
Oh,
Davies.
yeah.
I've always loved Ray Davies.
Yeah.
And the
Animals.
Beatles and the Animals.
the
Yeah.
Animals.
So that
Stones.
the formulas, however it seems to be going, we go there regardless of convention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who wants to do? We have a thing called "Somebody Else's Heartache." That's like an old country tune, like a '60s country, like a George
Another
Jones.
love song.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's in a bar.
Yeah, and
Sounds like it's in a bar. Yeah.
and we have a couple of psychedelic kind of things, and so whatever the genre or bag is, we
Right.
just go for it. So the recipe is like whatever feels good or wherever we're going, let's just keep creating in
Go
that
with it.
vein.
Yeah.
And the idea of the quote there is we do play whatever we want and mix it up.
However
you know, if
we
we
wanna do.
feel like putting a blues lick in something that doesn't normally be bluesy, or Frank will do, you know, I'm looking at him, I'm doing this tune and he's doing country licks.
Or a jazz thing.
Cool, yeah, you
He's
know.
playing a
So
jazz
we're
thing.
constantly mixing genres
Right.
as we do these
Yeah.
songs, and that's our formula. Anything and everything, as long as we like it, and hopefully other people like
I
it.
think a lot of it is for our own amusement sometimes. You know what I
So you're
mean?
not bored?
Well, no, it's not a boredom thing, but if you can make yourself feel good with what you're playing, And if you can play for the guy next to you, okay? When we're on stage, we play for each other.
Of course.
The audience naturally gets pulled into it because we're playing to make ourselves feel good.
Right.
And if we can feel good, that naturally radiates out that way. And the audience feeds back into us and makes us feel even
Sure.
better. You know what I mean?
course.
But the whole thing is to play well. We've always, I think that was probably our initial goal, and still our goal as musicians, was to be able to play well. You know what I mean? So,
And that goes into write well and record well.
Yeah,
We're just
and
trying to do the best we
as good
can,
as
but
we can.
we don't have any preconceived notions.
I know you also said that musical memories feed and supply your imagination.
Right.
And that is so true. That just goes
It
back
does.
to all of those influences, even probably from when you were young and maybe
Yeah.
what your parents were listening to.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first record that you bought?
the first record I bought was probably, it was kind of like a Beatles thing, but it wasn't the Beatles. Remember Meet the Beatles?
Yes, I
Was that-
do.
Well, they had a
Sound
knockoff.
Alike.
They had a Sound Alike knockoff.
I had the same album.
Yeah, and it was
It
great.
was like the Mercy Beats or
They
something
would
like
take
that.
the songs, they would kind of sound like Beatles songs, but they were different lyric and they were a little different. They were very clever and they were well recorded.
But they had some Beatles tunes on there, but they'd
Yeah.
have these other things. Like
Yeah,
that. I
they
think
were-
the one was called "Did you ever
Yes.
write the?
Yeah,
Did you ever read my letter?" Or
Right.
something it was called.
yeah.
Ever get my letter?
Right.
I know the tune.
And that's really,
So
actually,
that was the first.
That was his
record.
first.
That was my
How
first
about
one.
you,
That-
My
Joe?
first record had to do with the Beatles, but I didn't buy my first record. My mom bought the first two Beatle albums for my brother and I.
Oh, wow.
And it was the summertime, and came home and brought those two albums, and we listened to them all summer. And that was the first. No, wait. I didn't buy these records, but the first records I discovered. Back in the day, people would have these little 45 boxes,
I have
and
one.
girls would have real pretty ones, like little red
Yes.
sparkle
And
ones.
you guys
and-
would just have the plain
yeah.
ones.
Well, my mom had
I had
one,
them
so
laying down on the
I had to
floor.
be about, I don't know, 5. And, what's this? And, open it up, and there's records in there. And I remember there was the Monotones, Who Wrote the Book of Love.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
Elvis,
boy.
Teddy Bear, I think, maybe All Shook Up.
Yeah.
There was a song by Paul Anka called I Go Ape. And Buddy Holly, That'll Be the Day. No, it was Buddy Holly, it was Peggy Sue, and Every Day was on the other side. So
Every Day.
my mom turned me on to like rock and roll,
Oh, my
by
God.
letting me play these records from
Elvis,
her
Buddy
record box.
Holly.
Yeah, that was the first
Yeah.
records that I can remember listening to and being
Yeah.
influenced by.
My parents used to listen to Les Paul and Mary Ford.
Yeah.
Les Paul
Yeah.
was the man.
Yeah,
He was
we've-
a pioneer
we've met him.
in
I've met Les
recording,
Paul.
you know?
I went to his house back in the '60s.
Really?
I was in a band that won a Battle of the Bands. It was a JC sponsored thing, and the national playoff competition was in Braintree, Massachusetts. And Les was kind of not doing anything. And when I talked to him
Just not
about
doing
it,
anything.
yeah, he was.
So Joe met him.
No, he was looking for things. I think he was going through the divorce with Mary Ford. And he told me that
Oh.
he was looking to do anything to keep his mind off it. So he agreed to be a judge in this Battle of Bands. So when he heard we were from New Jersey, we placed like 6 in this contest.
that's
didn't we?
good.
Yeah,
6
and,
is good.
and he invited us to his studio and house in Mahwah, New Jersey.
And you did. And
Yeah.
you went. Did you record anything?
Yeah, we recorded and he cut us up and criticized everything. But I have to tell you what, he was trying to help us and there was no BS. I mean, he said exactly what he felt, and it was a great experience.
Wow.
Years later, met him down at the Iridium, and we took Frank Kozak. He's got a signed album, and met him twice, and I told him the story. Of
Did
course
he
he wouldn't
remember?
remember me.
No.
He did remember being a judge, but I mean, he sincerely looked at me, and I told him, Les, I tell everybody this story. It means a lot to me. He sincerely said, thanks, man. I mean, and he meant it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great, yeah.
That's very.
So
cool.
what song did you listen to? Or
What
just
song
remember
did-
them Les Paul and Mary Ford
Oh,
album?
I just remember
Oh.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the inventor of multi-track.
Yeah.
And that's really where we come from because we love to record. We like to hear ourselves. You know what I mean? We like to record and play. That's the stew.
Right.
Frank will sit there and he'll record. That's the stew in the studio. When we're out live, I'm the guy who's cooking it.
Yeah, it's a little different. Live is different.
Live is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You know?
Studio,
Of
we can be
course. You
anybody
do
we
so
want.
much,
Yeah.
You can
Right.
do so much more in the studio. Too.
Yeah, but live has a feel for it because we're out there playing all the time, and that's right on the. You have to be on the money, and there's
Right.
no second take there. So
Yeah.
if we screw
You
up,
gotta go with
it's-
it.
yeah.
Well, anything live. I mean, dance.
Like
all
right
of that,
now,
yeah.
Charlene.
Right now, that's right. Like when we had those callers and we didn't
Know what it was.
We
We
didn't
didn't
know
know.
what
We
the
thought it was
noise
a
was.
coffee pot.
Like ancient aliens or something.
Right. So, do you have another song you'd like to do to kind of take us out? Or is
There's no way we can play DDT? Is it there? Or
Do you have TDT queued up? I did send some music
It's an
over
MP3,
to you.
right?
I sent
That'd
some
be great if you
MP3s
could.
over.
What do you? Just give me a second.
Sure. So while our producer's looking for DDT, tell our listeners how they can find your music and how they can find you. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Under-
It's the Bohemian Mechanics
Okay.
Facebook page, and we also have a website.
What's the web
It's
address?
www.bohemianmechanics.com.
Okay.
And those two things are linked as well. So there's contact info on there and upcoming dates. Anybody would like to hire the band, get in touch with us via the website or Facebook.
Are there some links on there where they can listen to some music?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's lots of
Oh,
free
definitely.
music. That's
There's a
one
lot
of
of
our
music.
things. I mean, we really want to be heard, and it's all free. So we've got about 12 songs on there, DDT being one of them. Some of them are old archive songs that we recorded years ago. It's a very eclectic mix. Soup.
Yeah, it is super.
That's
Very,
okay.
Yeah.
Are there JD and the Raven songs on there too, or is it?
I don't think we have any
But
JD and the Raven
we're probably going
songs.
to put some
Blues Box.
Ravens tunes on
We
there.
do have a JD and the Raven song. Ironically, we re-recorded 13 Birds from the JD and the Ravens
Oh my
CD,
gosh,
which is
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Do you have
which
some
is
CDs
this
with
is
you?
this was JD and the Ravens, and that was 13 Birds.
JD and the Ravens.
And when that band,
I remember this.
the FL,
Do you remember that?
That band ran its course. We started
Well,
Blues
strange.
Box, the little box
Here's
logo,
Blues Box. We can see
and that became
one.
Blues Box Deluxe. And when that ended, I
Oh, this
I
was
did
in
my
between
solo.
the two.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. It was
that's
in
right.
between
I was
the
in
two.
between. I'm forgetting. So that's how I met Frank
This is your
Kozak.
solo
That's my solo
CD?
album. That's
Album,
still,
solo
yeah,
album.
CD. This is still available on iTunes and CD Baby
And
now
so is
7
Blues
other.
Box.
So is Blues Box. They're available.
It's on 32 different portals on it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go on
that's-
iTunes and buy it.
And CD Baby.
And
Yeah.
CD Baby.
Yeah, that's the
CD
joke.
Baby is just great for everybody.
I mean, it's funny because you have like international sales. You're selling in
Our
Well,
first
you
sale
know,
was
tech-
to Japan.
Really?
Yeah, our first
Korea,
sale. Korea, Sweden.
Well, you know,
Poland.
technology really allows you to. I mean, I know, really what's left of the business. Really, most musicians, artists, bands are doing it themselves.
Sure.
And the beauty of it is with this technology,
Yeah.
you can do it,
Yeah.
and you can reach many, many more people
That's true.
globally.
Yeah.
I mean, just like we're
You know,
doing it right
really
now.
That's
We
right.
wouldn't have that chance to do it.
I know.
And, you know, the funny thing is we kind of record that way, too. We record in separate places. Frank will send me files, and I'll send him back
I know.
files, and he mixes
You
it
don't
down.
all have to be together in the studio at the
Exactly.
same time.
Yeah. So that's...
Got it.
All
so
right.
is it Dancing with DDT?
Dancing in the DDT. That's what it's called.
So, is this just the back?
No, this is
Round?
a recording. That
It's a full
this is
recording.
going to an upcoming. This is going to be on our forthcoming CD.
When do you expect that to come out?
I have to-
Yeah, but
let me call Frank right now. Frank, are you there? We'd like to wish Devin a very happy 3rd birthday.
Yeah, he's our roadie.
If he's listening,
That's
Devin.
Frank's son. He's our
Yeah,
roadie.
he's jammed with us a couple times on
Yeah.
harmonica.
Yeah, he's
dances.
3 years old, but we're good.
But you know, Frank and I are talking about it. We're planning. Hopefully, we last time we talked about it was last week. I think we were talking about in the summer. We're
Okay.
going to try to get it released. We're going to do a lot electronically too. You know, digitally. We're going to really explore.
Will you do a release party or performance or something maybe?
Why do you want to go?
I'll come. Sure.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you know,
we're thinking either maybe a... maybe,
This
there
is
it
it?
is.
This
There
is
we
it.
go.
Summer's Eve, yeah, the trucks came rolling round, spread white clouds into the air. We thought the sky had touched the ground. Hey, look at little sister. Everybody's gonna get their wings. It was a fantasy filled with pretty parts, but we were so young and free. Just like lost angels looking for heaven, we were dancing, yeah, dancing in the DDT. Dancing in the DDT.
Okay.
Great
Bring
song.
back some memories.
Yeah.
If you have them.
Yeah.
I know I do from those
Yeah.
times, most definitely. So do you think that might be the single?
Well, we're taking
I think
take
everyone's
that
a
into
single on the
consideration.
album,
We don't really
Maybe
know.
the first one?
Maybe, yeah. I think Frank K. He likes it a lot. I think. Yeah, we'll have to take a vote.
It's very catchy. I like it. I liked it well. I responded to it as soon as you
That's
posted
right.
it. So.
You did.
And there's a lot of images that are, it emotes a lot of images when you listen to it.
Sure.
It really does.
It absolutely. Well, it also makes me think of a time when I was very young too.
Mhm.
Which is a fine.
DDT
fun.
and honeysuckle. You can't beat it in the
Honeysuckle.
summertime.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah.
South Jersey honeysuckle.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that
Right.
is so true.
Yeah.
So, do you have any gigs scheduled?
Yeah,
that we want to announce?
Yeah, we're going to be playing in Wilmington, Delaware, on the 26th, Saturday 26th. Now that's a gig with the Bohemian Mechanics. We're kind of organic, and we will reappear as JD and the Ravens because we have 3 of the original Ravens. We've talked our old drummer,
Okay.
Jimmy Litzinger, to play with us. And, we had Doug Treen, our good friend Doug Treen, who's in Florida, can't make it,
Wow.
but Frank Kozak is the new
Okay.
Raven, so we're
Right.
doing it the gig as JD and the Ravens.
Okay.
It's a little
That
blues
is so
club.
much fun.
It's
It's
905 North Orange
Orange
Street,
Street.
Wilmington,
Is
Delaware.
it a club?
It's
or
a little
bar?
club,
It's
yeah.
like a jazz
For a
bar.
while there, they were doing a lot of jazz. It's a little cool, funky
Yeah.
hallway kind of club.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and then May 31st, we're at the Bus Stop Music Cafe
In
Pittman. Yeah, some friends,
Okay.
a friend of mine I work with, I'll give him a plug too, Mike McLean. He's got a great bluegrass band called the Jersey Corn Pickers. And we're playing on the bill with them
Okay.
to celebrate their anniversary.
Yeah.
That's
Mike's
the
a good
first gig
friend.
they ever had. And they're doing well in the Philadelphia
Good.
scene. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. So that's
So-
May 31st.
It's just, it just needs to start evolving.
And it will.
It
will. Do you have anything else you'd like to play to take us out?
Let me see.
You can play a cover if you want to.
Play a cover.
Play one of your favorite covers.
So, okay, are we going to fade out on this or?
Sure.
I'm starting to fade already.
Pick it up, Joe.
See, I remember the words. I love this song. This is an old song. This is
Okay. I know.
We'll try it. I don't know. Just kind of
I hope I
What
can
is it?
remember what
It's
you
called Darlin'. It's by Frankie Miller.
Okay.
He was a Scottish R&B
It's not on
singer.
your list.
It isn't? I forgot Darlin'.
Well, maybe it is. I didn't see it on
What the
there.
heck is that? I'm going to call up our people and get that straightened out.
Yeah.
Really?
As many peeps as we got.
Yeah, it's I'll just do a little bit of it. I mean,
Okay.
so, yeah, we'll start again. Darling, I'm feeling kind of lonesome. I call you on the phone, son, but I don't have a dime. Darling, you're so far behind me. Tomorrow's gonna find me further down the line, taking me to some paper, pencil in my head. I'm gonna write, darling, thinking about the old nights, thinking about the old nights. Spend along with you, darling. Tears in my eye now.
I would like to thank Frank and Joe for being my guests today on Front Row. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.